Thank you for buying a Sender Launchpad 200. This is our beginner's ramp. In this short film, we will show you how to assemble your ramp. It should be possible to construct your ramp in under 30 minutes on your own. However, help from a friend may make this faster and easier. Your safety and security using this ramp is in part dependent on a good construction process, so please take your time and follow all the steps as shown. You'll need a clear working space. Please protect work surfaces, organise and lay out your tools and components within reach. A tape measure and sharp pencil are essential bits of kit for completing this process accurately. Your ramp pack includes 2 legs, 1 ramp deck, 1 200 spacer batten, 24 countersink screws, 4 panhead screws, 2 T-nuts, 4 hinges and 2 straps. You will need an impact driver, drill or screwdriver with a posi 2-bit driver. Take one of the legs and the spacer batten and place this vertically along the straight edge of the leg as a backstop for the hinges. Take a hinge and place this on the plywood leg. Use the hinge marker lines at the top of the triangle as a location guide. The hinge should be flush with the plywood leg and the vertical batten. Use a sharp pencil to mark the centre point of the hinge holes. Using the same hinge, repeat this process at the pointed end of the leg, staying within the marker lines and mark the centre of the hinge holes. Put the batten to the side and take a countersink screw. Align the first hinge over the pencil marks and drive the screw until nearly flush so the hinge can still move. Take 2 more screws and drive these until nearly flush. Before securing the first hinge, you can reuse the batten by placing it vertically as a backstop again to ensure the hinge is straight to the edge of the leg. Fix the hinge to the plywood by driving the screws flush, ensuring the hinge is straight. Repeat this process for the other hinge. Then repeat this process on the other leg. Put both legs together with the hinges facing up. Take 2 T-nuts and place them into the holes beside the hinges. Take 4 panhead screws and drive these vertically to secure the T-nuts. If the T-nuts are not flush, you may have alignment issues if you try and bolt on a feature onto this ramp later. Turn the ramp surface over so the back face is up. You will see guidelines on the smooth back face. Insert the batten into the slots on the legs to create a stable structure so the hinges are facing inwards. This structure will help you align the legs to the ramp surface. Please note that the lines scored into the back of the ramp are for guidance only, and for accuracy you should use a tape measure. The back edge of the leg should be flush with the top edge of the ramp. The pointed end of the legs should not protrude beyond the end of the guideline as shown, and the guideline should be on the inside of the legs. Adjust the leg so that the distance between the outside face of the leg and the edge of the ramp is 5 mm along its entire length. You can also use the guideline to help you keep the inside edge straight. First, at the pointed end of the leg, use a sharp pencil to mark the centre point of the hinge holes. Take a countersink screw and drive this flush into the centre hole of the hinge. Repeat this process on the other leg, at the pointed end only, and using just 1 screw in the centre hole of the hinge. Now go back to the first leg and ensure the 5 mm gap still exists on the outside edge along its entire length. Mark the holes in the hinge under the batten with a pencil. Repeat this marking process on the other leg. Carefully remove the batten. If you do not remove the batten, you may be unable to drive the screws vertically using an impact driver. Place a countersink screw into the centre hole of the hinges on both sides. At this point, you may wish to try the batten again and make sure the legs do not touch in the middle when folded. All screws should be exactly in the middle of the marks you have made. Fill all remaining screw holes with countersink screws, driving them flush. Check once more that the legs move smoothly and fold flat. Finally, place the batten into the slots in each leg. The tech should face outwards. A firm push should locate the legs. It is important to note that when removing the batten, an equal pull should be exercised on both sides and at the same time to avoid locking the batten in place. This could permanently damage your ramp if it were to jam on one leg. Your assembly is now complete. Ramps should always be unfolded by an adult, especially for young children, to avoid finger entrapment in the hinge zone. The Sender Launchpad 200 can easily be taken to the park and worn as a rucksack by using the slots and strap provided. Please follow the demonstration which shows how easy the shoulder straps can be adjusted. For transportation, the side slots and second strap can be used to prevent the ramp legs from opening and also secure the batten to the ramp. The batten is best located on the back face if the ramp is being carried in rucksack mode. Before heading out to jump, you should always check the security of all fixings and inspect the ramp for damage that may compromise its strength. Make sure the batten is fully located in place and undamaged before jumping off this ramp. You are now ready to go to find a safe place to practice jumping. The Sender 200 has bolt-on components, perfect for practicing other mountain bike skills and techniques. We recommend treating your ramp with preservative before use and at least annually. The ramp should not be left outside and should be stored dry inside. For maximum fun and safety and enjoyment, please wear a helmet, preferably a full face helmet, and at least knee pads, elbow pads and gloves. Placing the ramps on grass will provide a softer impact surface, and a partner or spectator will look after you if a jump goes wrong and you need help. Make sure the ramp is suitably located for your ability level. It should always be placed on an even surface with all points in contact with the ground. Always work up ramp sizes, gaining confidence before attempting bigger ramps, bigger air, or bigger gap jumps. We always recommend using a tabletop to fill the gap, which makes transfers from takeoff ramp to landing ramps safer.